just drove down. As you guys saw, we came down from Southern Oregon. We're now down, we're now down in Northern California, and we're fishing on Lake Shasta. Tag along with us. Hopefully you enjoy. Hopefully we catch some big fish. I know it's been tough to catch sizable fish lately on Shasta, so hopefully you guys just enjoy us catching some fish, and I'm going to break it down for you guys, kind of share some information about what I like to look for this time of the year, and how to catch more spotted bass in reservoirs. This is a drawdown reservoir, so you guys are going to see some pretty low water situations out there, but it should be fun. Tag along with us. We're actually going to get rigged up here. We're at our little hotel spot or motel spot, and we're going to rig up our rods for the day, and we're going to go out there and go catch some fish. So tag along, guys. Hopefully you enjoy. Hit the like button on this video if you enjoy it, and please subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. Go fishing.
Okay, let's go. Let's go get some Shasta bass.
I've caught them off this, and I've caught them off this. I guess let's start on this one on the left. It's not a small one either. No. Gosh, it took me all freaking day. It's the biggest fish we caught too. Oh, finally. God, I've worked hard for that bite. I've caught him right here too. If this spot's good, this whole spot on our left is gonna be good. That's a decent fish. Look at that one.
Oh yeah, that's the best one today.
Get in here, buddy. Yes, finally. God, I worked hard for that bite. No, I felt him eat it. That's 1.25 pounds probably. Here, I'll get away from you. Get off there. He was on the right side of the point, kind of just out there. Nice. Cool. Thanks, buddy. Go home. Yeah, he grabbed it and I set maybe a hair early. Be surprised if he doesn't come back. I mean, he completely missed the hook. There he is. You got him. You got him. It's probably not a bad one either. Don't pull too hard on him. Let him just kind of fight. Oh yeah. Oh, that's a nice one. Another decent one. I think you cleaned up my fish that I missed.
I think that was him. Huh?
I think so. Well, I literally said throw right there. Nice. Not a bad one. I think he's a hair smaller than that last one I just caught. Not bad though.
No,
definitely
definitely
a little bit better. Nice. On the pink 6-inch Morning Dawn Robo Worm. It's interesting because you're using 6 pound and I'm using 10 pound leader, and you're getting way more bites than I am.
Ooh, that could be a good one.
You're getting way more bites than I am. I guarantee you it's not a trout on a drop shot. Good one?
No.
You're hammering me. Oh, that's a nice one.
A nice one?
That's a big one. I'll grab them for you if you want. That's the biggest one by far. I need to put on lighter leader. Oh, I know. I'm just waiting. That's a good one. That's your best one of the day.
Oh, it is a nice one.
Yeah, that's a good one. Fat one. Come here, buddy.
Decent one, huh?
Yeah.
Like 1.5 pounds?
Yeah, definitely. Maybe 1.75 pounds. Nice fish. Oh, you got him?
Yeah.
Nice one. There he goes, back down.
Yeah, how many bites have I had over here?
Is it? Do you think it's the 6 pound, or I mean, look at my hook. I'm throwing a straight shank,
I don't know.
and you're throwing a nose hook.
I don't know.
The line twist, or the fact that my line's not twisted? Do you
I
think?
think it is a line.
They like that? I've had a ton of bites already. I had 2 steal my worm.
It must be dinks, huh?
It's gotta be. I mean, I'm not hooking them. That's not a dink. That's a good one.
Decent.
It's fighting like a bigot.
No? Oh, that's a good one.
That's a nice one.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Holy cow.
That's a largemouth?
It's a big largemouth, yeah. Not a giant, but hey, that's a nice fish. No, it's a spot. That's a spot. Nice spot.
Good one, huh?
Oh my god, he had that for a week. Ate that worm.
Fire?
Yeah. Not a bad way to start the morning. This is our second day out. Look how pale that fish is. That fish has been out deep. You can just tell by the color of him. Good fish to start. 1.5 pounds, 1.75 spot. Let me get the hook out here, guys, and I'll show you what my dad just caught it on. I've had like 7 or 8 bites, and they've all been kind of missing it. There we go. The line's all twisted on him. Here, take the pliers and I'll get them off. They're not all small.
Yep.
What is going on? There's line in his...
Is there another hook? Has he caught another hook? Oh my god.
I just pulled a hula grub out of that fish's throat.
It's like, what?
I was wondering why there was all that line.
You just saved it.
I just pulled that hula grub out of that bass.
Where'd you go throw that away?
That is disgusting. Put it in the live well. Not a bad fish. I guess he was hungry. He ate a hula grub and a drop shot.
Oh, bro, look, it was a month old.
There's your fish. Let me get him some water really fast. There he goes. Back down. So what we're throwing is a drop shot. This is a really, really good setup out here at Shasta. Got us just a 6-inch straight tail. This is a robo worm. This is in morning dawn color. This is like a drop shot wacky rig hook. And I believe this is a 1/4 ounce, just straight drop shot weight. Little, I don't know, 12, 13-inch dropper. 6 pound leader. My dad opted for the 6 pound yesterday. Oh my god, there's a pile of fish on the screen. If you guys look at that, see these lines sitting on the bottom? These are big spotted bass that are just cruising down on the bottom. And we're just right by where we launched here. There's the ramp, but these spots are sitting down on this bottom. 31 feet of water. That one he just caught was roughly in about 25. But we're just dropping these drop shots vertically down on the graph, as well as making just short kind of casts around the edges of the boat. But that was a nice fish to start. I'm throwing the same exact thing. Oh, he's got another one. So as you guys can see, this is a really productive way to catch him. No, he's coming up. Is that a trout?
Oh, he pulled? No, I don't think so. No, he's a bass.
No, another spot. Nice. So I'm gonna. Oh, there he goes.
Quick release.
Nice. So that's how it's done. That fish was in 30 feet of water, but there's a pile of fish sitting here on the edge of this. This basically what we're fishing here. There's a big cut, goes back in, and this is kind of like the entrance to it. It's a good fall time place for the fish to, you know, they kind of use this. This is a transitioning area. They're going to move out deeper water, but as of right now, these fish are sitting in this little gut right here. We're going to keep dropping on them and pitching these drop shots around. I'm throwing the same thing, little drop shot, a little bit longer leader, just kind of keep it a little different than his, but same worm. I mean, we're just mixing up worms, but this morning dawn is just an absolutely stellar color, especially when the sun's out.
Another one.
Oh my gosh, it's every cast.
That's a good, better one.
I'm gonna get down there.
I guess we were in the wrong place yesterday. Huh?
Yeah. This is actually day 2. As you guys saw yesterday, we were not catching them. This is great. This is awesome. Oh, that's a nice fish.
That's a big one.
That's a nice fish. I don't know if you guys can see that down there, but look how clear that water is.
It's a good one.
I'm gonna help him grab this fish really quick. I haven't shut the camera off yet. Oh, he choked it also. There we go.
I mean, I barely had it down there a minute.
Look at that. Another nice spotted bass. Choked that. I got him. He's hooked in the top of the mouth. Let me see that. I'll get it out, actually.
Different over here than where we were, isn't it?
Yeah. Same deal. 6-inch rubber worm.
That's another pound.
Another pound and a half. Yeah. I'm gonna. Do you want me to put him back for you?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, guy. Thank you.
What's your line?
Jeez, you're on him. Another one.
Just straight down.
I can't catch a bass. Oh gosh, that's another decent one. Nice.
Thanks.
You hooked him right in the top of the mouth. First one for me, guys. I think it's a little one. No, it's not that bad, actually. Not a bad one. That fish was in 38 feet of water on the bottom. I saw those arches. I just let it sink down there and I finessed him into biting. He didn't want to bite it. He didn't bite it right away, and then I just kept shaking it, and he got down there and got it. Nice little spotted bass. See how bloated he is? That's because of how deep of water he just came out of. So we're going to get him back down there quick. Oh, he's got the tail of a shad sticking out of his mouth. I'm going to try to show you guys when I get this fish unhooked. Oh my God, is he hooked good. I don't know if you can see that down in there, but there's actually the tail of a shad sticking out of his throat. Check that out.
Oh, yeah.
That's what they're eating. Oh my God, look at the graph. He's got another one. Look at this graph, guys. They're just stacked.
I think this is what it was supposed to be like yesterday.
Yeah, this is what Shasta's supposed to be like.
Well, I'm glad we did this. Good call on Jones.
Yeah, I knew this was going to be it. There's a ton of fish down here, Dad. We don't have to go anywhere. This is it.
It's a good one.
Is that a big one? Don't let him get under the motor.
Yeah, decent.
Oh, nice, nice. Be careful because your line's probably starting to get kind of weak. You could net those fish too. It might be easier. Nice one.
That's another same size.
Let's see him. Show him to the camera. Nice fish. Just one. Got him.
Got him?
It's a decent one, I think. I felt him eat it. That was cool. That's not a bad one. Look at him.
Spotted bass. Huge.
Look at that, hooked him perfectly. Not a bad one, pretty long, not as fat as some of the other ones you were catching. We'll take them though. Super golden. These fish have been living out deep. See how light colored they are? That's a good way to tell with if especially in clear water, if a fish has been out deep or is living out deep. If they're really pale like this, typically that means they're in deeper water. I mean, you'll see this a lot too in dirty water, but this lake, Shasta Lake, doesn't really. It gets dirty, but right now we haven't had much rain, so definitely isn't because of dirty water. It's because this fish has been living in deeper water. So it's a good sign. I mean, we're catching them in 30 to 40 feet now, so maybe we were on the right track. Same deal on the drop shot. My dad was kind of schooling me. He was kicking my butt. I think he's got like 7 or 8 to my 4 now. So he was saying the subtle shakes, and I saw that fish on the graph and dropped to him and just let it sit there. And I just was barely moving the line, just trying to keep the worm almost in place. And I felt him suck it up and start swimming off with it. So, oh, here is another one on the graph. See if this one will bite. What worm would you like? You want the 6-inch again? Okay. This one has red flake. The one we've been using doesn't have red flake. I bought the ones at the store that had red flake. I like the ones with red flake.
Sure, just hand me either one.
That's the one with red flake. That's the one without. I might try one of these. These are these zipper worms I just bought. Look at this color. Kind of like the look of this color. Look at these guys with that orange tail.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try that, I think. I'm gonna pull a couple worms out and leave them on the front.
That's a good idea.
Just set them right there. Shallower. I think that 20-foot zone is where you're gonna get those 2 to 3 pounders. But I mean, there's a lot of fish. There's one on the zipper.
Did you see it?
No. Well, I saw one and then I dropped to it, and then I didn't see him for a while. Whoa, whoa!
Yeah.
That might be a better one. He just like ripped me down. This one's strong. Well, that's a nice one.
Oh, it is a nice one.
There's one following it. There was one following it.
That's a good one.
That was on that zipper worm. Oh, man, he's a nice one.
It's a nice one.
Yeah, it's the best one
Are
I've
you using
caught.
that 6 or 8 pound on that?
8 pound.
Doesn't seem to matter.
Nice. I caught that on a different worm.
That one's
1 3/4. We switched up. We found these at a local, there's a Phil's Prop Shop. It's a local tackle store, and they're pretty cool. They've got a whole bunch of new stuff, but I like to look in the bargain bin. And these zipper worms, this is an old school line that RoboWorm made. I'm trying to unwrap it so I can show you guys a little bit. But zipper was an old school line that RoboWorm and like kind of did, and it's got these little ribs that run all the way down it, and it creates a lot of vibration in the water. It's a little bit bigger profile, but it's still a nice finesse worm. And that was my second cast, I think, with that zipper worm. Bended way up. Got him. Better one. That looks like a pretty big one.
yeah.
Really? It's fighting pretty hard. It's fighting like a big one. He's got pretty big head shakes. It's not a bad fish. Yeah, it's not a bad fish.
Yeah, that looks a lot better to keep it running.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's all right.
Yeah, nice one. Little 1.5-pounder. So one thing you want to take note of when you're fishing for deep fish like we are, 35 to 40, 25 to 40 feet of water is where we caught most of our fish so far today. You want the correct equipment. You want the right line. You want the right rod. So what we're using today is a 10-pound braided line main line, and I'm using an 8-pound fluorocarbon leader. He's using a 6-pound fluorocarbon leader with the same braided main line. I believe he's using a 7-foot medium light spinning rod, and I'm using a 7'3". These are both his rods. I'm borrowing his equipment because I'm just visiting in town, and it's not easy to fly with rods. I've done it, but they've changed all the regulations. It's much more expensive. So anyway, you want the right equipment, right line, thinner line, cuts through the water better, allows you to get down there to these fish, get down deep, especially when you're dropping on the graph. You want to be able to get to that arch or get to that fish. I mean, the arch is the fish. So essentially you're trying to get down to that fish as quickly as possible in order to get it in front of his face and get him interested in your worm or your bait that you're dropping. So the line and the rod are really crucial aspects to this kind of fishing. You know, I see a mark on the graph right now. You know, I want to be able to get down to that fish. Luckily, with the conditions we're faced with, really, really nice calm conditions, it makes it a heck of a lot easier. But if you're out here and it's windy and this is the way you've got to fish, having the right equipment makes a world of a difference. But even still in these conditions, it's much nicer to have the right equipment. You know, if we were using like a 20-pound braided line with a 12-pound leader, not only would we probably be getting less bites, but we would also be struggling to get our bait down to these fish. So having that thinner diameter line allows you to, you know, it cuts through the water faster, getting your bait down there quicker. It makes everything more efficient, which is extremely crucial. I mean, not like you can't catch fish on that other equipment. You're just going to have a much better time and catch a lot more fish with the right equipment. Oh, there's 2 of them. See them? Mm-hmm. So guys, this is what we're looking for. See these lines? I don't know if there's reflection on the screen or not, but these lines right here on the graph, those are the fish sitting off the bottom. Look at that. He just dropped his worm down. You can see the arch just went down to the bottom. We're gonna watch. He should get bit here if they're active. Sometimes these fish won't bite, but they're still on his worm. I can tell based on the arches not moving. They're staying on the bottom. You know, I know there's some reflection off of this, but the arches went down. So this is a timeline, essentially. This is where we started. This is the most recent over here. So the fish were up, he dropped, and the fish followed it down, and the fish stayed on the bottom. A lot of the time, a good sign that they're not going to bite is if that arch comes up off the bottom, or if that arch, you know, stays there. Typically what that means is that fish is just down there looking at it. So the best thing you can do is just keep working it, keep your bait there. And I mean, sometimes they'll eat it, sometimes they won't. In that situation, they didn't, but that's a good way to kind of tell whether the fish are interested in your bait or not. It also gives you something to work off of. You know, maybe that you do that 5 or 10 times and it doesn't happen. They don't bite it. Then you can change colors, try a different color of worm, and then do the same thing, and you'll see if maybe a different color has better results, just based on seeing how they act on the screen. You don't even need to get a bite just to determine whether the color you're throwing is right or not. I know there's that tie down thing in there, but I'm going to pitch into that dock slip just to try it. Good one, good one. Uh-oh, get over that pole. Oh, it's a nice one. Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, it is a good one.
Back up in that slip. Yeah, not a bad one. That was super cool. So we went on the other side, and there were some fish hanging out on there. There's a boat lift over here in this dock, and we saw them hanging out over there, and we came around the other side, and we kind of threw some swim baits in here and tried to get them to come out. And there's this underwater, there's a beam that connects all the ends of these docks, and I just thought, oh, I'm just going to risk it and throw it in the back and maybe get one of them to bite. And sure enough, this guy went down to the bottom and picked up my worm. My line's all wrapped up, but that guy came on the old trusty pink Morning Dawn red flake. We've been catching them on Morning Dawn red flake, ox blood, and then just straight up Morning Dawn. But that's another 1.5 pound spotted bass. Really pretty, strong fish, as you could see. I mean, that thing wanted to get me around that dock. Thanks, buddy. No! No! Oh my goodness, he's a strong one. Maybe he's big. Maybe he's just mean. He is mean.
He's pissed off, isn't
He is really mad. Oh my god, maybe it's a big one. Oh my.
That's what we've had today, huh?
It's the hardest fighting one for sure. Do you want me to grab him?
Let's see what he is. No.
He's nice. I mean, he's not huge, just pissed off.
Didn't he?
He's just mad. Here, I'll get him for you.
Decent, huh?
Nice.
He's almost 2, isn't he?
Probably another pound and 3/4, pound and a half. Nice
Good
one. Yeah. Really healthy.
19?
Yep.
Pushing the 20 mark.
You hooked him good with that hook.
There. Got it?
Yep. I'll get it for you. There you go. There's your nice fish. My goodness, that drag is loose.
Oh, I can lose.
Jeez, you're kicking my just behind right now. That seems like a good one too. Doubled. That's a big one. We're doubled. Mine's not bad either. Lose him? No. Mine's way smaller than yours. Nice. That's a good fish. Well, we doubled. I finally got one in the boat. This one's fighting pretty hard.
Yeah?
So this one's fighting pretty hard. Oh, that's a solid one. Look at that guy.
Oh, yeah. Nice fish.
Not bad. Oh, look at that shad he spit up. Just spit up a shad in there. That's what happens when you reel them up from super deep water. See how fat he is? That's not food, that's air. Probably another 1.25 pounds, 1.5 pounds. Solid one. Those are all coming on this little 4-inch Aaron's Magic. Switched to the 4-inch Aaron's Magic because I was just talking to my dad. It's like the sun started getting lower, and I think that morning dawn, that pink color you guys have been seeing us throw, I think it's not standing out as much in the darker conditions. Yeah, my dad's better one that he just caught. Let's see if I can find which worm it was on. I think it was on this guy. This is the MM3. This is a really good color too. It's like a purple with a brown bottom, blue vein going through it. And then I've been throwing this Aaron's Magic 4-inch, and we're definitely seeming to catch them on darker colors a little bit better now with the lower light. High bright sun, morning dawn's really good, but once the light starts to get low, the darker colors seem to do better. We're still catching them in really deep water, like 40. I mean, some of those fish out there were in 50, so they're a little deeper than they were this morning. I think they're anywhere from 35 to 50 feet now. Well guys, that wraps it up. Hopefully you enjoyed the last couple days on the water. We kind of combined yesterday and today because yesterday was really lousy. We were not in a good part of the lake. My dad schooled me. I caught 2 fish on that part of the lake. I'm just pulling into the dock right now. What do you have to say about the day?
Awesome.
Yeah, we had fun. We had to cut a bunch of fish. But I think he caught 30 and I caught 18. So he schooled me. But hey, it's always fun getting out here. We didn't catch any real big ones, but super fun catching them on spinning rods, on the drop shot, variety of different worms. Hopefully you guys learned something. Fishing deep water, catching spotted bass out of anywhere from 20 to 50 feet of water. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned for the next episode.